Let's face it, you're an uncultured swine, but not to worry, the Advent Unity will see to that. Hey folks, my name is Pravus, welcome back to more Sins of a Solar Empire 2. Still one of my favorite sci-fi RTS games on the market today, and I happen to know that there's some pretty cool content coming out for this game sometime in the near future. Can't talk about all of it yet, but it's gonna be exciting. That said, there was recently an update for the game, adding in a lot more piracy, because we always need more booty, and also a bounty system, which could change up the game a fair bit. We're gonna try that out today. I do want to say a big thank you to Stardock for sponsoring today's video. As always, their support is very much appreciated. If you guys want to learn more about Sins of a Solar Empire 2, you can find a link in the description down below. Now, let's go ahead and start up a new game. I admit that I feel like I'm going to be a little bit rusty today, but hopefully we can pick this back up like riding a bike. What's a good map for us to play on today? How about Transtav? I saw this one not too long ago. I think it's a pretty interesting map layout. Should be pretty fun. And it's been a while since I've played with one of the Advent factions, so I do think we're going to be playing with some of them today. Interesting, the Advent Reborn over here, you can see, do actually have some new revealed minor factions. I know that was also part of the latest update, which is pretty sweet. That said, I like the idea of playing with the Advent Wrath. These guys use their collective spiritual mind to basically dominate the culture of nearby worlds and force them all to join the collective. Very forceful, very cultured, very fun. We'll set this to a hard difficulty. I'll make sure that we have at least somebody from every faction represented, and we'll have one random faction just so I don't know what's going to happen. And here we go. Now, of course, we're starting off with our capital desert world as the Advent, and one fun thing about playing as the Wrath faction is we start with a cool building called the Greater Temple of Pilgrimage, which is going to change up our colonization strategy just a bit. Once we clear out the hostile forces of any adjacent worlds, we'll automatically colonize them, which on some maps is really good when you're on a capital world that's going to be surrounded by lots of planets. Less useful on this particular map since we only have 2. Still, should give me a slight edge. I also do need to decide what capital ship we want to start off with. Since I have the ability to do some early colonization, I don't think I need to go for the Progenitor Mothership, which is a pretty nice early colonization ship, not a bad option. Radiance would be a pretty good, well-rounded pick for me. It's decent DPS. There's, of course, also the carrier ship, very, very good damage. Rapture, more support, Revelation, different types of support. Yeah, what's going to be better for me here? I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Radiance battleship as my starting capital. And then we'll follow that up by building a handful of Disciple Light frigates. These guys are pretty straightforward. They just have some laser weapons. They're decently survivable. They do some good pierce damage. Otherwise, they're kind of a master of no particular speciality. I do, of course, need to immediately get myself some extra research points. So we'll go for some civilian, we'll go for some military just to start off. Also, I really want to get myself a Temple of Communion early on. Culture is especially important for the Advent, but we'll talk more about that in a bit. First things first, we need science. Oh, and there's my gorgeous battleship. Okay, so what do we have here? Detonate antimatter, the ability to do damage and also remove antimatter from opponents. Very useful for the Advent. It prevents enemies from using a lot of their abilities. That could be great. Animosity, make people target my ship. Good for tanking. And then, of course, we can get some weapon reload speed, more psi power, which actually is a way of stacking up more power into other abilities. It's not bad. We'll start with the detonate antimatter, though. Seems fine. The Advent are great in that some of their ships may not do a lot of damage, but they are designed to support other ships. So, for example, if I were to research some of the, let's see, what's it called? Acolyte corvettes over here, these guys. You bring a lot of corvettes around, and normally they're just going to die really early. You don't want these, except they're capable of storing and then transferring antimatter into your ships. So not only can I use things like battleships in order to try and prevent my opponents from using abilities, but I can bring some acolytes and recharge my own batteries a lot faster, which is pretty great. While we wait for some of our technology to get researched over here, what do we want to pick up early on? Well, of course, we did talk about getting one of those Temple of Communions up and running. That is going to be very useful. Other useful techs will include divination, pretty useful. It's going to let us search planets and get some relics and other nice little materials a bit faster and cheaper. We'll also need to get commerce integration just so I can open up some more commerce slots. I don't have a lot of those on my planets. Orbital extraction can be obtained pretty early. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here. I feel like they rebalanced a few things at some point in the last few months. Techs like thriving desert cities, I think, used to be a tier 1 technology. It was really powerful though, and now it's going to be level 2, after they rebalance all the population mechanics, I believe. It's fine, doesn't really change what I'm going to do. All I want to do right now is make sure that we get enough ships into our fleet that we can go over here and clear out these asteroids, auto-colonize, and start building up our economy as fast as possible. We're going to be really good at crystal production as the Advent, and eventually there's going to be some economic techs that make it a little bit easier for us to transfer crystal into other resources at a more favorable rate. Good, we found ourselves a volcanic, and we found ourselves an ice world. Okay, even more resources available. That's great. What are some other techs that I would want in the military side of things? Good question. It's not bad to have things like hangar defenses. If you think you're going to get attacked early on, they're pretty darn good. The Advent have some of the best strike craft in the game. Also, wouldn't be a bad idea to get myself some Tempests. These are some frigates that are basically going to be missile boats. Not a bad addition. Plus, eventually we want to be picking up things like Psi training. I kind of alluded to that a little bit before, but the way that Psi works is it does boost up certain other abilities. It's not always immediately obvious, but basically the more Psi power we have with, let's say, something like Animosity or with Detonate, you see that purple number over there? It says 100% plus 125%. Yeah, the more Psi power I have, the more powerful that modifier is going to become. So some abilities across your entire fleet just get really, really strong if you have a lot of Psi power stacked up, and I do want to do that. There are other nice, unique features for the Advent. If you guys don't remember, they have a unique Unity mechanic, which is going to play out a little bit differently for each of the two factions for the Advent Unity. The way this is going to work here is we're going to be building up some Unity points through technology, buildings, and so on, and that's going to give us focus, which we can then spend on special abilities, like clairvoyance, just scout out an area. Or in my case, as the Wrath, we can proselytize a region and spread our culture incredibly quickly, which is nice. Or we can do some damage and slow down enemy ships. We can boost up our Psi power. We can do basically an AoE spell. Lots of cool stuff. Now right over here, we just cleared out the last enemy around this asteroid, which means it automatically colonized. Nice, let's get over here and do the same thing here just to get some early mining up and running. And now, by the way, that we finished building up a Temple of Community, you can see that our culture is starting to build up around this world. Once this ring gets filled, we'll have a dominant culture. It'll start spreading to other nearby systems. Culture's a little bit different in how it works for every single faction. I think the Terrans, for example, just get straight out extra money, which is nice. The Advent get extra crystal production for every planet they own that is dominated by their culture. Plus, we get some really nice defensive bonuses, like more shields, damage reduction, stuff like that. Makes it great for turtling down, and if we just spread this around to other worlds in a hostile invasion manner, well, we're going to have some nice buffs we can use against them too. Now here's something really nice that I think might be about to work in my favor. This volcanic world is drifting. I wonder if it's going to create a new hyperlane that connects up here. If it does, I actually might be able to auto-colonize this, which would be amazing. It may not work, but if it does, that'd be great. Ah, no, looks like it's just barely gonna miss. Ah, that's disappointing. Oh well. Well, let the spectacle begin, as usual. I've always loved just how gorgeous Sins is. Look at this. And it gets absolutely hectic once you start actually tracking, like, everything. One thing that's really cool about the Advent, one of the reasons I love their strike craft in this game, remember in Sins of a Solar Empire that every single weapon has, like, its own, physics and can be intercepted and so on? If there's, like, 5,000 missiles flying across the screen, the point defense is going to try to shoot down every single one of them. Like, that's just part of the game, right? But the cool thing about the Advent is their strike craft bombers use lasers. You can't stop them with point defense. It's very, very strong. Now, we as the Advent ourselves are very weak against missiles, at least until we get to Tier 2 military, because we don't have any real good point defense. But once we get it, we're going to be pretty much immune to missiles, and then we're going to have the best bombers in the game. It's gonna be great. Who do we meet over here, by the way? Hello, we met some pirates. Alrighty, these guys are around. Pirates got changed in that there's a chance we're going to have an event where we meet a pirate king who has a very nice pirate flagship, which I'll put a screenshot up over here just so you can see it, because it's pretty cool to look at. We may not get lucky and be able to take that over, but it is a player-controllable flagship, and it's pretty good in the early game. Falls off a little bit toward the late game, I think, but hey, if you can get yourself a really sick pirate flagship, I think you're going to be a happy camper. What is this? Did someone just put a bounty on me? Alright, so this is a new aspect of the game. I do not know how to actually make use of it. Maybe it's in the minor faction screen. No, maybe diplomacy? There's a way. I have to find it. This is a new aspect of the game where you can actually just place bounties on other players, like, I think they're ships, but definitely their planets and such. And now there's an incentive for players to go and just kill this stuff. Also, I think it might incentivize pirate raids too. This is a new feature. I'm sort of experimenting with it, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Who the heck put a bounty on me? How dare you? Oh, for crying out loud. Red's already over here and attacking this planet, huh? They did not waste a lot of time. Okay. Looks like we're fighting against humans. That's a problem, because they're going to have missile boats, and I don't have good defense against missile boats yet. Oh, for frick's sake. Yep, there we go. All right, bounty raid is preparing. You've got to be kidding me, dude. At least they're kind enough to tell you that they're on their way, you know? That does give me a little time to react. Now, one fun thing about Red attacking me over here on this volcanic world is the planet has now kind of drifted a bit in its orbit around the star. So now they are properly cut off from any of their brethren. There's no easy escape route for them. I might actually be able to grab a flagship kill early on, which would be really great if so. Yeah, I think they're going to lose their starting capital ship. That is great. I think I see a small number of pirates that are coming into this sector. Not getting intel very long, but I saw some on the way. So they're probably going to hit me pretty soon. That said, I did manage to build up a handful of static defenses. Oh, there they are. So I think we're gonna be okay. This isn't a very big wave to start, but it's gonna get worse. I mean, they're trying to bomb the planet, which seems incredibly rude, but, I mean, I've got some strike craft in the area. Can they handle this? I hope they can. Yeah, they can. This planet's not going down fast. We're fine. Take that, pirates. Now that we're at Tier 2 military tech, we could get ourselves some nice new ships. These Guardian Iconus ships are pretty great, actually. They can take on a lot of damage on behalf of your ships with a really large health pool, which is not half bad. There's also going to be some basic carrier cruisers. That's pretty good. Here's our point defense. And of course, our siege weapons. That's not bad at all for us. Another really important tech is the secondary shield generators, because this can give you a special ability on pretty much all of your ships, where if their shields get low, they have a temporary burst of sudden shield regeneration. This can make a huge difference for having some staying power and keeping your ships alive just a bit longer. Something else really easy to overlook that's so important, this right here. Factories repair. Unlock the lesser factory ability to do repairs. See, unlike the TEC, we don't have the ability to place down some sort of an orbital around our worlds where we can just do repairs for all of the nearby ships. But instead, we can make our lesser factories do that job for us, which is great. So we want to have that tech, for sure. Oh yeah, over here, by the way, in tier tech for civilian tech, this right here is the crystallized communion, so we get that extra surface mining of crystals for every planet where we dominate the culture. So yeah, make sure you just keep building out some of those temples of communion, make sure you keep spreading that around. It gets you a lot of value. Oh, don't put another bounty on one of my asteroids. Who's doing this? Who's trying to screw with me? Better question, how do I screw with you right back? I don't even know. I don't even care, honestly. I can handle what little pirates you're sending my way. I'd rather start going for the jugular on one of my neighbors. Like this little world over here, this doesn't have a whole lot going for it. I bet you we could take you down. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one who's been having issues with pirates. What's going on over here? I see that you've got 200 supply of enemy pirates in your planetary vicinity. Oh, that must suck to be you. Okay, well, then I guess I'm getting off easy and I should stop complaining. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that actually the ship right there? Hang on, there it is. Hey, we found the pirate battleship. There it is. Look at that sucker. Look at the skull on the front. That's pretty cool. I like it. Looks like he's going straight for the red player for some reason. I'm inclined to let him, to be honest. I don't see why we have to fight, especially since he did such a great job clearing this world for me. Nice. Whoa, but Red's coming back over here now. Okay, so I got 212 supply worth of ships. I got 234. They got a decent amount. The question is, what are they going to do? Are they going to come straight after me? They're going to go try to take on the pirate? What are they going to do? I don't know yet. But hey, I got my ships in position. Let's see if we can't take out another one of your ships. This is a great thing about playing as the Advent. All these beam weapons and stuff, they have pretty good pierce value, which can make them a little bit more powerful against big shielded targets like this battlecruiser than you normally would expect. Yeah, he's trying to make a run for it now because he doesn't want to lose any of his ships. And fair enough, buddy, but it ain't gonna work. How's my culture doing, by the way? Spreading pretty well, including in all the red planets over here, which is boosting up my crystal production by a halfway decent amount. Granted, I don't think I get any crystal production just by the fact that the enemy has my culture. That'd be kind of cool if so. Pretty sure, though, if I were playing a multiplayer game, this would work on allies' culture, so that's pretty nice, too. Well, so far this game is going incredibly easily for me. I'm gonna try to grab this world over here. If I can kill the red player and then just hold on to these two primordial planets, turn them into good fortress locations, then I think no matter how we see the orbits change, Well, with some exceptions. For the most part, these are going to be very good defensive worlds, and I can hold on to a strong economic base. Let's see if the red homeworld still has any major defenders. Well, the world has apparently burned. Interesting. Their fleet's still here. So are they out of the game then? Because it seems like they can't do much of anything. They're also just sort of sitting here, mostly idly. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if the pirate actually freaking destroyed their homeworld. If so, wow, okay, maybe I underestimated how good that pirate would be. Yeah, to say that the red player is sluggish is putting it mildly. I think they actually got beheaded. Okay, if the pirate comes after me, we need to be afraid. That's the lesson I've learned. Yep, we got this world over here. Okay, well, that is going to give me a huge advantage. I do need to be worried about orange at some point coming through and getting into my territory. But we might be ready to cut this off, and then it comes down to whoever has survived this push, looks like probably yellow, versus us, grab the middle, and then see who wins. Alternatively, we may not even need to fight down over here, because I do have factional victories available here, and our victory condition is to simply build 3 telepathic amplifiers, and then stay alive for 15 minutes. We're very good at holding a defensive position, in part thanks to our cultural abilities. So maybe that would be worth doing. Oh god, we found the pirates! We found the pirates! Oh, these guys are all very dead. I'm sorry. And that's strong. That's crazy strong. They've got 564 pirate supply in there, just sitting there. After all of this, I've only got 464 supply. The pirates are crazy. Looks like orange and yellow are still kind of fighting it out pretty evenly over here. We now technically do have a backdoor to get into yellow's territory if I want to. Not sure how badly I do, but I don't like that they have a direct route into my territory too. So I don't know about that. Might be worth trying to hit them and just see if they're weak. Because it sure seems like they might be pulling back over here. Which means I think they know I'm possibly vulnerable. I've got my tier 3 tech level now, so we can go ahead and start boosting up our DPS, try to get even more shield burst, more laser damage, new ship types, and so on. Yeah, the Domina Subjugator might be pretty good. Debuffs enemies, cripples them. Not a bad option. Of course, there's the Ixoria, very long-range beam weapons. We really want to work toward these Destras at some point. These Crusaders are just great giant slayers. Like, that's their whole job. Find big, scary capital ships or titans and burn them to the ground. All right, marching into Yellow's territory. So far, this place seems vulnerable, which is fine. Got a huge swarm of strike craft running around over here, which is great. I do love having those. It's fun. So if I go straight for the homeworld, I'm pretty sure if we can take this down, we can just straight out remove them from the game. If they're that vulnerable, we should just check. Let's see if we can just run in here and just completely flank them. Surprise them, take out the capital world. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and use the clairvoyance ability real quick on their capital world. Let's see what we're actually looking at over here. Answer, just static platforms and nothing else. Oh my god, yeah, we can just take it. Let's just go get them right now. Surprise, suckers! No one expected the advent. You're all gonna die. Oh, okay, here come the Visari. They weren't too far away, it turns out. Oh gosh, that's a bigger fleet. Okay. I was gonna say, there's no way they just let me get away with this. It'd be amazing if they did, but there was no way. All right, let's go ahead and pull back. I might even be able to beat this. Maybe, but like, why? I can afford to be a little bit slower, more methodical, spread my culture, you know, the stuff we do. Especially since my retreat avenue is kind of, well, cut off. Which doesn't make me feel very good. Are you guys still over there hanging out? No, you left your capital world. So, I don't know where you are. You haven't left these 3 systems, I'm pretty sure. They're hanging around, and they might attack me at any second. Oh, here they are. They're attacking me over here. Okay, if you're over there, can I just go burn down your capital right now? Because I've got my siege ships in position now. I will lose this world, happily, if it gets you out of the game. Yeah, he's just sitting here still with some of his capital ships, and even though I don't have much in the way of defensive platforms, with enough hangars sitting around, it turns out, we can burn through these capital ships pretty effectively. Gosh, I love our strike craft. The Advent are good. So now it's a base race. Pretty sure I can win that. Except here comes some of their reinforcements. Okay, we knew this was likely to happen here eventually. Can we still burn down the planet fast enough? All I have to do is buy time, right? Maybe we still can. It's gonna be a little bit more costly now, though. Except their missile boats are absolutely starting to shred through my capitals. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I might need to get a little bit more aggressive taking down some of their ships. Can I... Oh, nope, I lost one that fast. Wow, that's a lot of missiles. Yikes. I'm going to pull back my flagships, let them try to just break line of sight while the rest just distract them. And in the meantime, I'm just buying time. Come on, a bit more time and we've got this. Don't destroy my siege ships. Let them do their thing. Maybe I can kite these guys out of range just a little bit. Just kind of scooch over a little bit, take a quick shot, scooch over, etc., etc. Because it's almost gone. There it goes! All right, everyone pull back. Costly, but these guys have been removed from the game. Okay, that leaves us with only one player who, by the way, has sent everything he's got over here in the middle of the map. Right. Now, we could try to be cheeky and do the same thing and just go eliminate orange right now. Out of curiosity, if I did another clairvoyance, what do we see over here? In Mjolnir, that's the name of your fleet? Okay, but it is a TEC, which means they have a whole load of garrisons, so this would not be exactly an easy fight. With enough siege ships, maybe we could just go take it down, but I think we might have to fight them the more old-fashioned way. And for that, let's go ahead and boost up our supply even further, up to 1,500. I'm already capped out. I'd like to have more, because 1,500 versus 600? Should be easy, right? Plus, we have used this floating volcanic planet to spread my culture across pretty much the entire star system, which I do think is a little funny. It's an unexpected infiltrative volcanic world, and it brings enlightenment wherever it goes. Oh, we're getting bombs over here now. Okay. Sort of surprised that we're not able to defend against this a bit better. Tell you what, let's just go ahead and try building a whole bunch more hangars. Might be too little too late against all the battleships and stuff they've sent my way, but I mean, if there's anything I've learned, they don't really take on your hangars too easily, and it's pretty easy to deal with this. They want an alliance, a ceasefire. You know something? I don't usually do this, because I never, ever, ever receive options like this from the AI, but I accept. I accept your ceasefire. Leave me alone, and I'm going to go conquer what worlds I can, since I know all this is now free territory, and then I'm just going to focus on getting myself some telepathic amplifiers. With those, you shall lose the game. You're going to wish you had killed me. In which case, what I really need to do is get 2 more hostility research points. That's pretty easy to do, just a little bit more military tech. Doesn't matter where I do it, let's just do a couple of shrines of hostility. Because if there's anything I like setting up, it's a little bit of shrine of my pure rage. Yeah, that'll work over well. Oh, wait, they immediately broke the alliance. Well, that didn't take long, did it? Wait, no, really, why did you do that? That was... Okay, whatever, it's fine. What is legitimately the point in setting a ceasefire when you were already in a position of strength, and then just immediately ending it when I'm right there ready to take on your world? It doesn't make sense is all I'm saying, okay? Whatever, it also doesn't matter. Let's get hostility level 4 and then research that telepathic amplifier blueprint. Oh, but I need to get some quantum first. Right. Well, that shouldn't be too bad. I just need to get myself a few exotic refineries. Oh, they're here. Okay, we're ready for a large engagement. Let's see what these puppies can do. Let's go cripple orange. That is, decent number of flagships you got over here. Yeah, scary battleships and stuff. Lots of Akan battle cruisers. The coal battleships I think are more fun. It's really the dreadnoughts that scare me, though. If they've stacked up a load of these things, then they can do so much missile damage, it's absolutely ludicrous. So there's my quarnium, sorry, not quantum, quarnium forging right over here. And once this is done, we'll get ourselves the quarnium. Once I'll get the quarnium, I'll get myself the telepathic amplifier. And I only need 1, so that shouldn't even take very long to forge. Then we build out, I think it's 3 of these things and install them onto ships or something like that. Yeah, then hold out for 15 minutes. Should be doable. Now, this is cute. You've decided to come and attack this volcanic world, my wandering planet over here, huh? I've got so many strike craft, I don't think that's going to work out well for you, buddy. Whoop! Look who just popped up next to me. Alrighty, time to let him have it, I suppose. I guess we're going to find out in a second just how good this Navy really can be. Hopefully they don't target my capital ships down too quickly. Well, they're trying to, but it's not going that well for them. We've got some pretty decent survivability here. Yep, and I can burn down your capitals a lot faster than you can burn down mine. Okay, we're in good shape here. And I've got reinforcements too. You're attacking me in a position where I've got a few different factories nearby and I can keep supplying reinforcements. Can you say the same? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm mostly only losing a handful of, like, very small ships. Practically nothing I actually care about. This is a disaster. You should be running away right now. If you were smarter, you would. Now, these guys are trying really hard to run away from me. This is where we get to use things like chastise. Let's make sure that, like, big ships do not get away from me. I want to make sure these guys are all nice and slow. No, don't run from me. We are your friends. Let me give you a really, really, really tight hug. Anyway, alright, so now that I want to get myself these amplifiers, they only go on a certain type of ship. It's the Oblivia Dreadnought. Problem with the Oblivia Dreadnought is you can only ever control a certain number of them. I have to be able to control 3, so I'm working myself up toward Tier 5 military technology, and with all 3, we build it, and then we can win. Alternatively, we just go for the kill right now, and I think we actually would win on that too, but it'd be fun to go for the factional victory. I don't get to do that very often. Let's see, I need to make sure I get myself a Titan Foundry so I can start constructing these dreadnoughts. And for that, I actually also need some more materials. Taranite, so we can get some of that. Triple Titan Foundries. Seems like overkill, doesn't it? I don't care. Okay, there's my nice, beautiful dreadnoughts, all looking very nice. They've got some pretty cool abilities on their own, but, like, I don't care about any of that. I just want this. Oh my gosh, that takes so many more materials than I thought it did. Wait, really? Aw, man. 50,000 metal, 75,000 crystal each? Alright, fine. You want to play it that way? We'll just kill you the old-fashioned way. That's expensive, man. I mean, yeah, I can buy, like, a lot of metal and stuff, sure, but, like, good lord. I don't have enough credits for that, especially since you're, like, right here, and it's really not that hard to just kill you, straight up. I mean, look how many plasma balls I can rain down upon your pathetic little world. Your little dirt ball. It will burn! God, and that is so many strike craft. We look like just... We're just swarming them. Like someone literally kicked a hornet's nest. Look at them all. Bzz, you're all freaking dead. Oh, it's glorious. The Advents are pretty good, but there we go. Capital victory. Not quite what I was going for. I wanted to have the factional victory, but good lord, who's got time to sit around for that many materials? I had to do that 3 freaking times, dude. Anyway, we have cleansed the unbelievers. That feels very on point for this channel. So how did we do overall in the game? Pretty well, actually. We really kept up with the other players for the most part without too much issue in terms of planets owned. You can definitely see that this is about the point where we started really just taking things away from other players. I think we got incredibly lucky that the pirates just decided to go and kill Red for no real reason besides they just didn't like the look of their face. I mean, that could have happened to me. And if it did, what would we have done about it? Probably not much. In terms of combat, Orange actually did give us a run for our money, but, I mean, like, it didn't really matter. Economically, we were doing absolutely incredibly. Actually, I think this has more to do with the fact that the AI is better at spending its money than I am. Research, we were admittedly a little bit behind, which kinda surprises me, but I guess we still did kind of okay. Overall, a solid win for me. The Advent are, of course, still quite strong, even with a few rebalances, and I will say that pirate scared the crud out of me. Kinda wish I'd gone back and killed him now, though. Oh well, he gets to live another day, to wreak terror upon the galaxy. Still a fun game. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And once again, a big thank you to Stardock for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to learn more about Sins of a Solar Empire 2, there is a link in the description down below. Otherwise, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.